Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the Savage Curtain, the anti-penultimate episode of the original series after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. This is an episode that was written by Gene Roddenberry, and one thing that you can give Gene credit for is creating characters. He obviously came up with the personality for James Kirk, for Spock, for McCoy, for Scotty. These characters were what he created, and they've been very memorable. And in this episode, he also creates the characters of not only Surak, the father of everything the Vulcans believe in now, and he also had Kahless, the Klingon that brought modern Klingonism into existence as well, which is referred to in later Trek adventures. So anyway, combining those with Genghis Khan and Colonel Green. This is something a Jay Leno joke said. He said, I love Star Trek because they always compare futuristic things with things we know of. Okay, all of you on the crew, you know about Newton and Einstein and Cremo from Rigel 12. That's kind of how they were doing it here. So they mixed the actual historical people like Lincoln and Genghis Khan with futuristic villain as well as Colonel Green, who gets no other name but an explanation that he led some kind of revolt in the 21st century. So far, that hasn't happened. I would have liked it to have been filmed on location rather than in their Planet Hell set. Let's just set up some rocks in the studio, because there seemed to be a lack of actual sense of space here. It seems that their battles were across the studio rather than across any great distance, and it was not unknown for them to go locally to where many Trek location shots were done, which has plenty of rocks and hills and places for them to actually do different kinds of battles. And perhaps they could have come out with something better than bamboo poles to kind of throw. And anybody that's ever thrown bamboo knows that they don't go very far. Anyway, all of this, the hand-to-hand combat was okay. The only thing that bothered me here was that Spock never used the neck pinch, and also, despite Vulcan's strength that Spock has demonstrated on a number of occasions, it didn't seem to do him much good here. So beyond those things, I found the episode to be written okay. It's plausible enough. Okay, these rock creatures do have quite a bit of power. They wouldn't be the first alien race that could control the ship or that could terraform at will. This has happened before. And although the lava creature looked like something out of Lost in Space, we'll mark that down as just being budgetary constraints. Probably the same reason they didn't do it on location. It's just, it would have cost too much to go on location. It would have cost too much to have made a more realistic rock costume. But beside all of that, I think it was okay. What would you do if someone pretended to be a historic figure and there's no way that you can prove or deny it? Were they able to reincarnate, or were they able to just take something out of your mind to make you believe it? And the latter was the case. At the end of the episode, they did admit that these were rock creatures that just took human form and took it in the form of historical figures so that they would react to them in a certain way. So I suppose that's all plausible in the constraints of the show, that you never know what you're going to get. And they may have overplayed how much they believed who they were, but beyond that, I have the same kind of reaction to it as Scotty and McCoy. We know for a fact that these aren't who they say they are. We can kind of play along with them, but let's be honest here, they're not really them. and Spock does that to a certain extent, image of Surak. But other than that, I think it was okay. I think that in so many of these third season episodes, they were desperately in need of a rewrite. I don't really think that this needed a rewrite as much as it just needed a little more money spent on it, honestly. I would have liked to have had a little bit of the dialogue adjusted here and there, but for the most part, I don't have many complaints about it. So that's a Savage Curtain. We'll have all our yesterdays next week, which will be one of the better ones. And then one of the worst will be the last of the season, a good way to send it off. So that'll be in the next couple of weeks, and that should be just in time for us to pick up Star Trek Discovery, which is coming up early next month. So we're looking forward to starting to talk about that. It won't be on this day because I believe it comes down on a Thursday, so that'll be one of our Friday offerings. We'll probably move some things around in order to accommodate all these, but we'll let you know in plenty of time. In the meantime, thank you for joining us. If you have not subscribed, please do so, and of course a like would be nice as well. So tomorrow we will have more of the Bad Batch, and on Friday, of course, we have Babylon 5 to review. So thank you for joining us once again. Until next time, don't go far.